This time around with Hamish McAlpine, the non-starter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is something they call a groundbreaker.
And we're off. Green also housing a non-starter in this one as well as they race it down. The Parrot Noakes race into 1 and 2 for the first time of this 20-lap journey for the South Coast Classic here. Down the back straight, 8 cars, Brody Day and Mike Kinnear find themselves touching each other up down the back straight. Nothing in it as they race around for lap number 1. 19 to go here in our modified sedans. As they come through once again out in front. Clint Noakes leads this one away from Matt Noakes. Shane Britton and Paul Stevens having a ding-dong battle back for 3rd and 4th as they go through once again. But out in front, as he's dominated so much this year in that modified sedan, Clint Noakes out in front in that 3 machine, absolutely killing it out in front at the moment. Matt Noakes not quite anything for him, but 20 laps is still a long way to go as Brody Day finds himself at the back of the pack. Mortimer mid-pack as well. But out in front, it's a pair of Noakes going back to Shane Britton. Back Clint Noakes out in front. Can he lead the full 20? 17 left to go. The bottom side of Paul Stevens now as they're going to battle out down the main straight. As he drives it in underneath the bottom side, the former West Australian champion of Alan Mortimer, he's going to go down the back straight. Kevin Element giving everything he can. Mort throws it back around the outside, unable to hold so. Paul Stevens leads this little battle of 3 as they battle for the 4th, 5th and 6th position. As Kevin Element muscles his way under the 74 machine this time around. He's going to try and take the spot away. As they're three, you could put a hanky chief over him. As Element's trying to make that bottom line work now as they go down the main straight once again. Out on the outside now, Stevens. Oh, big touch there. Good save from Kevin Element. As Stevens is going to try and drive back to the bottom side, Element's going to go back around the outside of him now. Gets the drive. He'll take the 4th spot away from Paul Stevens. As they come out of turns 3 and 4 once again. 13 laps left to go here at the Atwell Speedway. So the battle for seconds on. Britton does the dive underneath. Noakes is going to loop the model. Noakes goes around. Not going to get a yellow light as he pulls it off the racetrack. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So Noakes is sitting in the 2nd place, just overcooks it. He just comes in. Britton dives him. No touch whatsoever, just goes on his own. So I'm not sure what's going wrong with that car. Either something's broke. Britton goes with him though, so it hasn't been all Noakes. This Kevin Element gets a struggle to get the car away as he goes through this time around. Britton's going to look to the bottom side. Won multiple heat races earlier in the night. What has he got for our current West Australian champion as they run it down the back straight? Element's fighting off Stevens, so it's a battle in 2 different groups. Britton's got 11 laps left to show what he can give, what he can put the pressure on. He's trying that low line over and over, but I think the line's just a little bit better off the exits as they run it down the back straight. Element still fighting there with Stevens as well. Stevens is off the noise. So Paul Stevens retires the 6th machine to the infield. With 10 laps left to go, half race distance, halfway left to go. Britton's going for the dive under the bottom side. Unable to make it work this time through. Clint Noakes is there, he's shown the hand now. What will he do? He stays on the high side. Britton's going to keep looking to the bottom side as we're racing too. Kevin Element racing his own race back in 3rd as they run it down the main straight with 9 laps left to run here at the South Coast Classic for the modified sedans. Britton really sticks his nose on the inside this time around. It's definitely a match race in 2 now as they come through once again. Noakes pulls back away. Heat race left in it as they go through once again. Clint Noakes out in front, back to Shane Britton. He has to wind it all up again and try and set him up. Follows him through 1 and 2. Can he get off a little bit better? Struggles on the high line. From Shane Britton, Kevin Element just getting a bit of a push back in the thing. But as the camera's been the whole time, Clint Noakes out in front. 3 lap dash left of this one here for the South Coast Modified Sedan Classic. As they put a lap down on young Mike Kinnear, well, not so young Mike Kinnear, as he retires to the infield as well. 5 cars left running here in this feature race as they come through. White flag next time around. Britain, I think, is going to run out of laps to be able to run down Clinton Oaks as they run it through. It looks like Brody Day's now retiring. They're dropping like flies. 4 cars left on the raceway. White flag this time around. 1 lap left to go for Clinton Oaks. He's led it from start to finish. He put it on the pole from the shootout. Clinton Oaks out in front. Shane Britton will give everything on the last lap. Can he reel him in? Pulls a couple of car lengths on him. Unable to do much with it. But ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. The South Coast Classic for Modified Sedans winner is Clinton Oaks. Shane Britton back in second. Kevin Allen will come home in third.
That's probably a good decision to come back racing, wasn't it? Turned out all right. But yeah, hell of a track. Pretty good up the top there, I reckon. Not many places can do it, so credit to whoever's doing the track and the club and everyone there. And yeah, it was a bit of...
Mate, you saw Shane probably stick the nose under a few times, and you probably thought, oh, is this the right line? But she held on pretty strong with a pretty solid finish by the end of it, and obviously you got a few people to thank.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've seen Shane there a couple of times, but I think there was too much down there, so I just stayed up the top and give it all it's got. I think it's a bit tired or something. It doesn't sound like it's going very good, so we might have heard it a bit. It's a bit hot, but yeah, thanks to Wellesley at home. He sort of got it all ready for us so that I didn't have to do anything.